So, that's right, I'm an old person now. I'm pushing 30. I'm unk, as the kids. Anyways, this video is just gonna be a quick one, me talking about whatever. I don't even really have a plan for this one. So if you're expecting anything fun and exciting in this one, click off the video now. This is your chance. But yeah, so for those of you who don't know, my birthday was, at the time I'm filming this, about a week ago, October 21st, and I am now 24 years old. Do I feel old? No. I don't feel old. That's why it's kind of weird, because 24 is like a pretty big number. That's like a big grown-up number. Like I'm a grown-up now. But I don't really feel like that. I still feel like a kid at heart, you know? And that's probably how everyone feels, but it's just kind of like this weird conflicting thing where this number says, nope, you're an adult. You're a big boy now. But your brain up here is like, no, I'm still like 14 years old. Age, getting older, pretty crazy. I'm eating my 4 eggs for breakfast alongside a cup of coffee, instant coffee, mind you. So I can hear you all asking through the screen right now, what did you do for your birthday this year, Mr. Feezo guy? I started off the day, I woke up, thankfully, went for a run, and then I came back, and my good friend and roommate, Coleman, he gave me this super cool Fender Space Delay pedal as a birthday gift, so we ended up jamming with this thing for a little while, and we actually wrote a pretty cool song with it too. Then I'm pretty sure I had lunch, and then my girlfriend came over, and she gave me this. A lot of you guys probably know this, but Far Caspian is easily my favorite artist ever. This is the vinyl of his newest album. There's like a little picture thing on the inside. The album itself is also this super cool red color. Like that is just so awesome. And it also came with this super sick poster / lyric sheet kind of thing. I'll take a picture of it. But yeah, then we also went and carved some pumpkins, and then we went to Texas Roadhouse. I think that's like actually the first time I've ever been there. Overall, very nice, very chill birthday. I enjoyed it quite a lot. Also, this wasn't on my birthday, but it's my little birthday gift to myself. Boom, that's all you're getting. I know, but there's gonna be a full video on that because it's awesome. I feel like we go through the majority of our lives and the majority of time just kind of on autopilot, not really thinking or being like introspective about everything that's happened in your life. There's pros and cons to that because, you know, it's good to live in the moment and not be worried about like stuff that's happened or stuff that's maybe going to happen. But sometimes you'll have these little milestones, like generally birthdays, but sometimes maybe it's holidays or other stuff like that, where it kind of causes you to take a step back and think like, oh wow, time is actually passing. It's such a weird concept to wrap your head around because when you think about it, you think that you have so much time and then you look back and you're like, wow, all that time is gone that I had and it went by so fast. Time is just a really weird concept overall, and I've talked about it before on this channel, but I think one of the biggest things that causes this kind of feeling of not having enough time or that time is going super fast is the fact that we're all on our phones like 24/7 now, because we didn't used to have a way to just skip through time by, you know, scrolling TikToks or whatever. It used to be where if you were bored and you just had spare time, you had to kind of sit there and do nothing or figure out a way to spend that time in like a productive manner. When smartphones and social media dropped, it was like we got the skip cutscene DLC added to the game of life. And as much as I try to live in the moment and kind of savor every bit of life that we have, I do find myself, just like anybody, on autopilot, kind of just going through the motions, treating each day exactly like the day before and the day before and the day before. But it's funny because sometimes I'll have these little moments where I like snap out of it and I like gain consciousness again. I'll just be sitting here editing a video or doing like something super mundane, and I'll get almost like these flashbacks to being a kid in high school and going and like exploring abandoned places with Logan and Cyerson, making just the goofiest videos ever, and like thinking about when I first started making music and making tutorials and all that kind of stuff. And it's really crazy to think that all of that time is just like over. You can't get that back, you know? And also the fact that I've documented all of that is really weird as well because it exists and you can see it and watch it on the internet. For me, when I look back on it, it's like, wow, I'll never be back there. Because like I'm an old person now. And I know all the real old people in the comments are gonna be like, 24 isn't even that old. You still got a lot of years left in you. Or whatever they say, you know, get off my lawn. But I think another aspect to that is that it's really easy to get nostalgic and get kind of sad that you'll never get those old times back. But it's kind of a never-ending cycle because in 2 years' time, I'm gonna look back on this time right here and feel the same way about it. And as hard as you try to be appreciative of what you have and live in the moment, you're never really going to be able to appreciate the time that you have until you're already past it. It's kind of a weird paradox of time kind of thing. The time appreciation paradox I just invented. But yeah, all in all, I really do have a lot of things to be thankful for. Just simply the fact that I've even made it this far is pretty impressive. Not to mention the fact that I have a space to work in and I can work on music and videos and the stuff that I love, even if I am working a little part-time job on the side. And even that, I'm thankful that I get to go to work and be surrounded by music gear and musicians and people who know a lot about music gear, because all that stuff feeds back into the channel and I have learned a lot over the past couple months. Also, kind of like what I was saying earlier, I am really thankful that as a kid, I filmed like a pretty good portion of my life and put it onto the internet, because it's really cool to look back and see all the stuff that I've done and how far I've come just in life. But ultimately, most of all, I am really just super thankful for you guys, because none of this would be possible. Like, my life would look absolutely completely different without all of you watching these videos and supporting me. And it's hard to fully explain and put into words how grateful I am, because genuinely, my life would be absolutely different if I didn't have all of this. And that's another thing. It's also been so cool to actually be able to meet some of you guys working at Guitar Center. I've had a few people now that have come in and like recognized me from the channel and everything. And it's just so awesome to be able to actually see the people who support the channel and watch my videos and everything. And that's just such a blessing that I get to actually meet you guys. So super cool. And I hope to in the future have a chance to meet a lot more of you guys. So yeah, I think that is pretty much gonna do it for this video. I know, super boring one, just me kind of ranting and rambling, contemplating the passage of time and stuff like that. When it comes down to it, you can't add more time to your life, so you gotta add more life to your time. I saw that on Instagram the other day. Anyways, that's it for me. I love you guys. You guys are seriously the best, and I will see you all in the next video.